All right?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
Justice.
And I would like them to introduce themselves.
Okay, I'm Susan Stanch. Am I supposed to say
Okay,
Stanch?
okay. And we have a new lady on
two of them.
virtual, right?
Two of them.
Okay. All right, now, roll call.
Mayor Armstead. Robert Ayers.
Here.
Deborah Azevedo.
Here.
Dr. Berghammer. Deanna Bird.
Here.
Maria Kolish.
Here.
Marilyn Copeland.
Yeah.
Dr. Hazelton. Dorota Katowski. Susan Stanch.
Here.
Danielle Yamakaitis. Okay.
Okay. All right. We need a motion to accept the minutes as,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
need a second? All in favor? Motion carried. Okay. Dennis, any correspondence?
No.
Okay. Before you, maybe before we start, I would like to just say that this is the first time we've had a full board. And, well, it's been quite a while. And, we have committees. And I haven't had more right enough to do the policy, Dorothy, personnel, and, I can't think of her name. The lady who took out when it was,
Maria.
it should be building and ground. Now, I'm gonna add more people to it. Now that I've met you, I can do that. And I think, nomination, committee should have been done in January, but we never had enough people. Now we have new ones on, who do not know any of us. And, in another month or so, I think we have to have a nomination for the offices.
May I make a suggestion? Because,
Okay.
yes, because this is a volunteer, or everybody is volunteering. Personally, I believe that we need to know what people think that they will be best fitted for. As opposed to just putting someone in a committee that may not be able to execute because of lack of familiarity in that position. Maybe we could ask them to review the requirements of what is needed for that position and ask the new people to suggest which committee they would like to be on.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Marlene has asked that you, maybe if the different people who come onto the board now, write down what their strengths are, the different committees that we have. In other words, you have building and grounds committee, you have a policy committee, personnel committee,
Personnel.
and see which ones you people would like to be on. Rather than you just making a judgment saying, well, you do this, you do that, you do that. They might want to be on a different one, and I'm sure we can work to accommodate the new trustees.
No problem. No problem. Any problem with holding up the nominating committee until, for another month or so?
I think that we should hold it for at least a month, get everybody comfortable. Most of these people may have never even been on a board before. So I
Yeah,
think,
because if you want to make a nomination committee, I'll do it right now.
No, it's just that what do you think? What do you guys think?
I mean, I at least wait another month.
Well, I agree. What do you think?
Well, I think that the requirements should be written down for each position.
Yes.
And this way, I think that Dennis, is okay? That the requirement should. I mean, it's just a bullet thing, just 1, 2, 3. For
Well, I
each
think-
position, and then they can go over it and say, I'm good at this, I'm good at that.
Well, they're
Is
brand
that what you
new.
need? That's what you need, okay.
Well, they're brand new, and I think they have to get to know something about the.
Yeah, well, that's what.
Well, that's why you want to wait a month.
At least a month, you know. And then we can go on, okay. Treasurer's report.
Appropriation of bills from February 9th, 2021 through March 8th, 2021. I'll need a motion on this eventually. We took $300,406.74 from the general account, $1,016.41 from the project and grants account. The total comes to $301,423.185. For the new trustees, years ago, we used to, every board packet would have a breakdown of where the money we took out. We just figured it was a waste of paper. Most of the people weren't reading it. And if you want to see the exact breakdown, line item, Lorraine's got copies in her office. She'll be happy to print them out for you, for anyone who really wants to look at it.
Just one thing, there's no projects in grants. I know, but I don't know where she got that from. No, just not gonna work. It's okay, I'll fix it.
What should it be then?
Just
Projects?
just general fund, that's it.
And why is it included in the general fund line item?
Just the general fund, not the projects and grants.
So we're only gonna vote on the general account one then?
Was it 301?
No, it's 300,000. Well, the total comes to 301. But it's
All right,
broken.
you know what, I wasn't here today, so I'll have to, I do it, and then we can always correct it the next meeting.
Then you just want me to give for the general
Yes,
account? But you
No,
eventually,
do
the whole
I'm
thing.
sorry, Bob, I'm
Okay.
sorry, yeah, do the whole thing.
okay, the total, again, from those different dates, it's all gonna come out of the general account. The total comes to $301,423. $300,001, $423,185. Now, normally, we don't approve that much money every month. Our budget per month is a lot lower. This month, we had to pay the pension payment, which again, the line item on that for this month was $224,823. And then we had to pay a 2-month payment for the health insurance, because the rates came in late. So that's why we're spending so much money this month.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Does the health insurance that we pay, is that also for people who no longer work here?
For people
Who retired?
who retired? Yes, it is.
Any and all people who worked here, retired from here.
So anybody that was temporary, that is now turned into a permanent position, if they retire,
No, that's not how it goes.
how does it go?
When you retire, within 25 years in, your health insurance is paid for.
So you must have a tenure of 25 years.
Yes, you must have 25 years.
The reason why I'm asking this is for the new people too, because, the reason why I'm asking it is because we have so many new people on board.
The new people.
No, I don't really know, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I put.
New people on the board, not new people on board.
I'm sorry.
Actually, we probably pay, tell me if I'm wrong on this, don't we pay more retired people than we do active people now?
No,
No?
no.
Because we got a lot of retired people.
I don't know, I have to break it
It's gotta be
down.
pretty close though.
We did 25 years in service?
Yeah, who are
Oh,
already
yeah.
retired. We have a lot of
25, 30
people.
years, some of them.
We've been here
So,
25
no,
years.
but the question is, though, if we it is paid, let's assume, for example, they're part of a household. Do
A
they,
what?
they're part, sometimes people are into families where you can either go on your husband's plan or your
Yes.
wife's plan.
Yes,
The question is it just for the
no,
employee?
it is for the spouses.
So for the employee and the spouse?
Yes, it is.
Why?
Yes, it is.
But why?
Because that's the way.
That's the way the cities, we've just followed the
It's
city
New Jersey
rules.
Pension, that's the way it is.
That's why you see why our homeowners tax is high, real estate tax is
And
high.
we have several people who are widows, who never worked here. Their husbands worked here, and they get their health benefits paid for. That's part of the contract.
Yeah, that's part of the contract and that's part of the state health benefits
So
program.
I think moving forward, we shouldn't hire nobody permanent no more, if that's the case.
Well, that's what, no, I don't. think-
Later on this evening, we're gonna approve a motion to hire 2 part-time people. Under civil service rules, well, Dennis, you know this better than I do. After what, 6
After a
months,
certain amount of time,
they have to be hired.
they don't get benefits.
Now, if you remember, you've been on the board about 5 years now. You know how many clerks have retired, full-time clerks? We've had a lot of full-time clerks retire. We're down to a skeleton crew. We just,
And then we paying these people health insurance.
yeah, people who retired, yes.
I understand, I
It's no
understand.
different in the police department, the fire
I
department, the
understand.
Department of
I
Public
understand.
Works.
And yeah, the same
It's
thing
all
for
over.
them too.
I remember, like I said, I've been on the board for 5 years, and I remember about 2 years ago, we had agreed we would not be hiring anybody permanent.
Well, we didn't. And we still haven't, we have not hired a
No,
full-time
not
clerk.
Permanent,
No.
you said not. You
It's
said-
all been,
Since I've been here for the last 3 years, and I know we hired several people permanent.
Of course you hire people permanent,
Permanent.
otherwise you're constant,
And
you
trust
want to
me,
turn over the staff every 6 months, you have to become permanent after a certain amount of time.
Right now during the pandemic, I do not think anybody.
well, we're gonna be voting on that, correct, Dennis?
That's correct.
So everybody, whether
Well,
you
let's
agree
hope.
or disagree, will have a chance to vote on it this
If you need
evening.
it, you need it, that's it. Okay,
Continue, I'm sorry.
did we take a motion on it?
I made a motion, I need someone to second to pay these bills.
I make the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, you're finished?
Oh,
You look at the P cards.
oh,
Okay.
hold on, no, I'm not done.
Building and grounds.
Oh,
Dennis.
hold on,
He's
hold
not
on,
done.
hold on. The electronic payment system and P card program. We have to vote on that? How should I word it?
Well, the information's in the packets and you have to,
Well, let me explain quickly. The P card is just a card to go into a store and purchase something. It has to be paid, it's not a credit card, it has to be paid off at the end of the month. So our petty cash, I can eliminate petty cash and have the P card instead of having X amount of dollars sitting in my safe. And that's all it is. It's just for small purchases that don't have a PO.
It's better, it tracks
We
every
use-
cent.
Say that again.
The P card tracks every cent, petty cash don't.
Yeah.
More efficient.
Well, no, petty cash does too. I track every cent of petty
I
cash.
understand, but it's still the P card. is
Yes,
still
yes,
better.
yes, and it's a lot safer. So that's what we're going for, the P card.
So we'll need a motion on that to pass that?
I'll do
Uh,
it. I second.
who made the motion?
Susan,
We already seconded,
And we're ready?
and we're ready.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, carried. Okay. Dennis, building and grounds.
I can talk about the construction bond and the carpet replacement now, or in my director's report, there was also a situation with staff member and a patron and former board member about the front lawn. I sent it to I sent the information to the attorney and to the board president. We previously had to send a letter from the attorney because this person had gone to Public Works and gave instructions on how she wanted the front lawn done. And she was told not to do this. And last week they had a run-in. And I am
Oh, I
asking,
know that one.
since this person won't listen to me, I am asking for the board to consider sending another letter.
Kenneth,
Yes,
the city wrote the letter the first time, right?
the attorney,
The attorney.
our attorney.
Suppose we have another letter
Okay.
from the attorney
You want it from the board or from the attorney?
It should be written
and
by
the
the
board.
attorney from the
Suppose we do
board.
too.
Should be written by the attorney and be sent from the board.
Written by the attorney and sent by the board.
Okay,
So you can't see me, I apologize. This is Jim McCarthy. I'm not sure my camera's not working. By way of a background, Dennis is correct that on March 4, 2020, I sent a letter out to Diane Wilberding to her home address, recognizing her interest in the library and respecting her interest, but simply reminding her that her time to provide input was at the monthly meeting, which we certainly invited her to, and we gave her the date of the next meeting. I heard from her by phone shortly thereafter. It was early in COVID, so I would say in about April of 2020, I reiterated the thoughts and instructions provided in my March 4, 2020 letter. She was very pleasant and understanding, and that was the last I heard her name until the emails circulated this week. So I would echo Dennis's thoughts that perhaps another letter from me reminding her of what her time and place would be to voice her position would be at the monthly meeting. She has no control over the maintenance staff or anyone at the library, candidly. So I would suggest that another letter at this point makes sense.
And he's gonna write a letter to send him the suggestion, you write a letter, he's gonna do it. And he'll send it out.
not gonna work?
Well, that's not the point,
No, we can't.
but he's gonna do it.
Yeah, okay, so that'll get done.
That's correct.
With your approval.
With your approval. So does she have to make a motion?
I'd like to make something, that what can we do
Make a
if she
motion.
doesn't listen? Write
Make
another letter?
a motion to instruct the attorney to write a letter to Diane Wilberding in reference to this
Yeah,
incident,
Yeah,
okay?
no question.
So make that motion.
Okay, we made a motion.
I'll
This is not
second
the
it.
first time, it's gonna happen forever. Need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You know, I agree it has to happen, but you know, I'm sitting here saying, I just wish everybody in our town was so, wanted to be more involved in our community. If, yeah, you know, because, you know,
She did a wonderful job
it's a double-edged sword.
on her free time
Yeah.
when she was a board member.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, but again, you just can't be telling a union worker how to do his job or what you want to do. I mean, before we used to have the ROTC come in, I worked here many years outside with her. She means well. She's just sometimes like a buffalo in a china shop there. Means well, but you just can't be telling a maintenance man she doesn't want this move, that move. It's because it's actually library property.
I know, maybe
And
they
even-
doing a crappy job.
I mean, more than that, the library needed more problems inside than worrying about the grants outside.
But she means well.
I know, and that's why I'm sitting there thinking, I know she means well, her heart is in the right
All
place.
she's interested is flowers, and there's more to a library than flowers. Okay, go on, Dennis.
All right, carpets, I sent you the estimate was very high. The vendor from the city, Hannon Flooring, 91,000 and change. We can look for other companies that have state contracts. We will need to pass a resolution because the amount of carpeting is considerably higher than the bid threshold.
I agree. I think not only that, we should not only just look at carpet, we should look at other options. I know we had a meeting last time, because you think the best thing is carpet, right? But I really think right now there are some great, I'm in real estate, and I can tell you, there are great options besides carpet that is non-stick, that soundproof, and even less money than carpet, and they're durable for all 40, 50 years. I think that we should look at other options as to how to impose a carpet. Carpet and other options.
Dennis, can you meet with Marlena?
Gotta give you permission to seek other options. Do the
Yeah,
resolution.
I do the motion for us to seek other options.
Well, I don't, you gotta give me,
Just do the resolution.
the resolution
All right.
is for the, you know,
Okay, so then we do the resolution. Who's gonna do it?
You brought it up, you.
All right, I will do the resolution
Are you-
first.
are you-
You guys agree to that?
who seconded? No. Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. We made a resolution.
People are gonna think I'm an idiot.
I just want to make sure you hear everything. You want me to stop talking to you?
Never do I ever want to start talking.
They made a resolution because there was a bid in new carpeting.
Yeah.
It's at 91,000.
Okay.
Marlena said, due to her experience in real estate, she thinks there's other options that the library might go for as far as non-stick tile, et cetera, et cetera. And we made a resolution for Dennis to proceed that way.
That's what you wanna do?
But I'm just saying, that's what the conversation. I don't know if you heard it. Did you hear it?
Some of it.
Okay, well, I think all of it.
I still think we're running up in carpet, but, you can make the motion.
Well, it's not final. We're doing a resolution to look for other options. We will still end up with carpet. We're just looking at what other else is out there and how much it will cost.
Did you hear that?
Well, you know what, you could do both of them, carpet and tile.
Yeah, again, we're gonna get a
Just-
resolution to look at other options. and
Yeah,
take it
you
from
just
there.
have to give me the
But
ability
then
to look.
didn't the estimate come from the city? The city sends their people over this.
Yes.
Anyway.
Did we pass that
You
resolution?
didn't
Dennis?
vote.
Pardon me?
I don't think you voted. You didn't vote. You
So you gotta say what?
Yeah.
made the motion and
And then
seconded.
Susan-
You need a vote.
Yeah, you need a vote.
Was
okay.
that resolution also to get other bids on the carpet?
We don't need a resolution now. We just need to look for other options. So we can include non-carpet in that. This is just giving permission to look for other options because of the bid threshold.
So we have a resolution.
Oh, hold on.
And prices.
We gotta second it first, right?
You got a second.
I'll make the motion to
You-
second
You
it.
have a second. You have a first and a second.
Oh, okay, so we're
You
good.
have
You
it?
need a vote.
Oh,
You need a vote.
you gotta take a roll call.
All right.
Roll call?
Well, vote call?
Just a vote.
Oh,
Just a vote.
No?
all in
All
favor?
in favor?
Aye.
I'm not too happy, but.
Also, okay, there's a 2021 New Jersey construction bond that we can apply for eventually. They're not actual dates yet. We're considering submitting a plan for improvements, which will save money in the long term, reallocate space more efficiently, and address the needs of the community, which they have been very vocal about over the past 10 years. Some of the improvements would include closing the opening between the first and second floors and converting it to second quiet study rooms, installing a heat curtain in the lobby to combat the cold air coming in due to the near constant opening of the front doors, and raising the heating costs. Also later on, bringing up the air conditioning costs, adding more study carrels, including part of the patio outside the children's room for programming use, and other things we might come up with.
This would come under capital construction?
No, it's money from the state, so we have to, it's a grant, so we have to,
Okay.
we have to try to get it, so we can't we can try, we can't guarantee we'll actually get approved, but, there's a lot of competition with these, but we'll certainly try.
So you'll need a motion on that then?
Yeah, that's a given, I don't know.
Well, we have to apply for it.
Okay,
We can apply for it, so.
so do we need a motion? No. That's it then on building and grounds,
Yes. Yes.
okay? Okay, personnel. And that is to hire the 2 part-timers that we have now permanently. And they do not get any medical. You have anything to say on that one, Dennis?
It's self-explanatory. They've been here for 6 months. And it's time for them to be made official.
The MC is not named.
No. Their names are in the report.
Yeah, how many permanent employees do you have right now?
Everyone except these 2.
So how many in all?
20, is it, right?
Yeah, 25.
I don't want to give you the wrong answer because I don't remember exactly.
If you want me, if you write these questions down, and I will send it to you. I don't have my stuff with me now.
Personally, I do not know. I think personally right now, I understand there's state law, but there's also library law. Personally, I believe right now we should not be putting anybody criminal.
What
Right,
library
we
law
are-
do you think is applying here?
I beg your pardon?
I'm asking what library law you're thinking is applying here.
No, you said according to the library law, that
No,
says
I
after
said
6 months, they
civil
must be
service.
appointed permanent.
No, that's civil service.
Civil
Civil service law, they
That's
must be
not library
appointed
law.
permanent. I believe because of the COVID, I believe because of the cutback on hours and stuff like that, we should be hiring nobody as permanent right now until we are opened up completely. We should work with what we have. If that means we cannot, we have to let them go, we let them go, but we shouldn't be hiring nobody permanent right now. And I would like to put that to a vote if we can.
Civil service is not changing their rules because of the pandemic.
But we don't have to, we could lay off people, can't we?
So then we will be cutting hours even further than we already have. So
But the thing is, though, right now it's 6 o'clock on a Monday and we closed.
but we're still open the other times of the day.
Well, how much?
These are 2 part-timers being hired to replace 2 full-timers who had benefits.
Listen, I still think we shouldn't have one more. This is my opinion, okay? Maybe other people may think differently, but it's my opinion, we should not be hiring anybody more full-timers right now.
They're not full-time.
Permanent,
They're not full-time.
well, permanent.
Well, nobody's truly permanent. You can still
Permanent
people,
part-time.
nobody's truly permanent forever. People can still be removed, but
I still think we should be hiring more permanent people.
Dennis, you've worked with these people. There's a need for them, correct?
yes, I wouldn't ask for
He
them if they
hasn't
were
for a while. Dennis, how long have they been here?
6 months. 6 months.
All right, we need a motion to approve the hiring of RV and MC.
I'll make a motion to hire
And
those.
we need a second.
I second the motion. I second the motion to hire.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Okay.
I suggest you do a roll call vote.
All right, we
I
have to do a
suggest you do a
roll
roll
call.
call.
Roll call.
You want to
Yeah,
roll call on
I
that one?
suggest you do a
Okay,
roll
go
call.
ahead.
All you gonna say, all in favor first?
No,
All
the
in
roll call
favor?
is, the roll call is.
Well, the roll call is gonna do it, so.
Are you doing both in one shot or? Okay. Let's see, hold on, please. Robert Ayers,
Yes.
Deborah Azevedo. Bert-
I didn't hear that last vote. I'm sorry.
That was a no.
Thank you.
Dr. Berghammer,
No.
Yana Bird,
I was actually unable to hear all of the conversation because of the mask. So I'm not sure exactly what we are voting on or not voting for.
Voting on two employees who are been for 6 months and they have to be made permanent according to civil service.
Okay, and does that affect the budget in any way? Was that the conflict that is affecting the budget, having them being permanent, or is
No,
it the full time? I'm not understanding.
they're not full-time and it's already figured in. And I said
Okay.
before, they're replacing we had two full-time clerks with benefits leave last year and we're replacing them with two part-time clerks without benefits.
Okay.
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Just want to make sure. Maria Kolish,
I vote yes.
Marilyn Copeland, Dorota Katowski, Susan Stanch. You can ask as many questions as you need to.
So they're not full-time, so they won't be getting benefits.
That's correct.
Are they getting paid when they're sitting home or only when they're working actually?
Well, we've been open, so they're only getting paid the hours a year. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just one sure.
Thank you. Sorry. And they lose their jobs if they don't get voted in now.
They have to be, yeah.
And then we would just hire some normal people that we would have to replace.
We would have to start all over again and recruit and interview and train.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes.
Motion, yes.
Just with that,
Yes.
no other personnel,
Not
and
that I
there's
know
no policy. Director's report.
of. Most of it's covered. We had our meetings with the unions February 9th. Everything non-monetary was agreed to. The memos of agreement are included in the packet. Hopefully you read them. As far as money, they would be agreeing to do what the city does, as always. Everything that doesn't actually affect the budget is in the MOA. You will need to approve so we can move forward. I believe this will be a record for how quickly the contract was settled,
Better than last time.
if you actually approve it.
Would there be any reason not to approve it?
No. The money is the same as it's always been, and everything else is really just internal stuff that we agreed to, so. Do you want to vote on that now, or do you want to vote on it later?
Mean later, mean another month?
No, it should be now, but we could do it as a unfinished business, or you could just do it now. It's probably easier to just do it now.
That's would be my feeling. It's not gonna change in a month, correct?
No.
Then we'll need a motion for the memos of agreement. If this satisfies, so contracts can be ratified.
Yeah, we met 3 times or whatever. And we need a motion.
Second,
Who was
All in
the- who was the
favor?
first?
I meant,
Or you want to call the roll?
we can call the roll, if you like, since it's all right.
Sophia, you want a roll call vote?
I think we should do a roll call.
Okay.
To replace. That's all I'm lost.
Could it be tabled until everybody have an opportunity to review it?
Oh, I that's why we put in the packet.
Could it be tabled so everybody?
Everybody else was satisfied with it when we
That's
met.
why I went to the packet, so.
No, we can go ahead with the vote. Dennis is correct, it was in the packet, so I mean theoretically, everyone should have read it already.
Yeah, but they still don't understand it. They come to
I was there, so.
Oh.
Well,
Every-
what questions do you have?
We're gonna follow basically the same pay scale that the city workers and everybody's getting percentage wise. It's like we did 3 or 4 years ago, if you remember.
But doesn't people get raised this time? Everybody getting raises this year?
Yeah, so whatever the city gets,
So
the
everybody.
the employees are treated like city workers rather than, like last time we were treated like an outside source.
Right.
That's why it went on for 5
I
years.
remember that. We had a lot of
Oh, what
problems.
year?
Pardon me?
For what year?
For, is that 21 through 23?
I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I don't remember the exact years.
This one.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact years. I think it's 5, but I'm not sure.
Oh, is it, it's a 5-year one?
I'm not sure.
Do you remember how long the contract was for?
No, I don't even remember mentioning that.
Is it 3?
Talking about
3 years?
3? 3 years.
3 years, all right?
The MOU says 21 to 23.
All right, I apologize. Okay. It used to be 5, so. Okay.
Dennis is 100% correct. It was last time 5. It's typically 5. He's 100% correct. This one, they've proposed 21 to 23.
What is the percentage raise? I'm gonna say like the city, or what is it?
The city hasn't, we don't have that information yet.
Because we didn't negotiate.
Yeah, so it's,
We only have the 2019, we don't even have 2020.
So how could we approve something that is not negotiable?
the agreement is to do whatever they did, which is what the library has generally done. So if they settle for no raise, then the library employees get no raise. If they said, I mean, I don't think they're gonna be getting huge raises, but if they get 1%, that's what the library gets. If they get 2%, that's what the library gets. If they get no percent, that's what the library gets.
Basically, what the contract is saying, that everything that was before is status quo, except for the pay scale. The pay scale will go for the city. And that's how we've always done it before. And that's- Is that what you're asking?
I sound like I'm being difficult, but it's not my intent to be difficult. It sounds like I'm being difficult, it appears that I'm being difficult, and it's not my intent. It is just that this is a big issue, you're talking about renewing contracts and having people who sit in a meeting the first time to be voting on contracts. Some of them may not have ever even been in a board meeting. I just think that
What I can do, or what Dennis can do, is we can show them the contracts. I understand, but you can't go into a meeting with a pile of papers. I would love for you to come in. Just show me the contract.
think it's at least 1 week or 1 meeting to review everything, and then it has a practical goal. People know what they're voting on.
Dennis?
I mean, no offense, but like, everything in the MOA is stuff that affects me, affects the library. It's not money. It's really housekeeping stuff, which in the past has always just been, the attitude has been, if the director's okay with it, we're okay with it. I'm not putting in there, giving anyone a 10% raise, a 5% raise. There's nothing to do with that. I'm not adding extra holidays. It's stuff that affects really my job and the employees. So the board's mentality in the past has been, if the director's okay with it, we're going to be okay with it too.
When did the pay raise supposed to kick in? What month?
We have no idea when the city will settle. So
That's what I'm asking, excuse me, that's what I'm asking, you want to start negotiating?
And we're agreeing with everything except for money. So things that we can kick in immediately, except for the money. And then if there are raises, we'll catch up later. And if there's no money change, then we don't change. It just, whether the city settles this year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever you settle for, that's what would affect us monetarily. The rest, everything else in the MOA is stuff like holidays and work things. So
How should we proceed then? Should we vote on it then?
I think you should vote.
I just think everybody should have.
Should we talk about voting on, should we table it or not then first?
That's the board's decision. I recommend you don't, but you do what you
You're the
want.
president.
Well, I was at those 3 meetings we had, we didn't talk about them.
Right, with the other things.
Huh?
Right, exactly.
Right,
Marlene wants to table it till next month,
I think we
but you're the
should.
president, so is that what you want to do?
No, I think we should table it.
Okay, then here we go. Okay. You need a vote by the board, the whole board on that then?
I don't know.
Well, I think we should have what is Dennis feeling.
He said he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Wait, what do I not know?
Do we need a vote?
Mr. McCarthy, do they need to vote on tabling it?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
He said yes.
Yes.
Mr. McCarthy said
Do
vote
you
on
vote on
tabling.
tabling this to the next meeting?
As long as Dennis agrees on that, yes, I will.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a motion to table this until next month.
I make a motion.
Need a second? All in favor? That
No.
motion is carried. Okay.
Dorita, will you make sure everybody get a copy of the contract for people? Endorse that, please. Of course. What do you think, Dorita? Make sense, right? That we get an email to everybody. Yeah, okay, you got it to email.
Yeah, you don't want all that paper.
Yeah, just email it so that we can.
Right.
I need to
I'm just
ask
thinking
you.
get that done. But again, we tabled it, we'll worry about it next month.
And everything was good. Okay, so Dennis, are you finished or you have more?
February 23rd, I attended the virtual Chamber of Commerce meeting. Read Across America was March 1st to 5th. Cat in the Hat made a special appearance with a virtual reading. Children's librarian, senior librarian Ginger Moore did special readings and virtual crafts. We also posted readings by New Jersey's First Lady, Tammy Murphy, Senator Cory Booker, and highlighted programs offered by the Union County Board of Developmental Disabilities. We have the statistics, just so you're aware. We had 33 new borrowers in past month, 79 online registrations, $399.99 fines collected, 1,070 overdue items. Check out the renewals from January to February, 2,459, down 59% from same time last year, which isn't surprising, up 19.5% from last month. And our holds are up 192% from 2020, 1,340. When people want to reserve a book that's not available.
Can I ask a question here on these statistics?
Yes.
Since I don't have the previous months, do you know, does anyone happen to have a copy of what last month's, so I'm assuming this is February's, so January's online registrations, if you happen to have a number on that?
I can send you all the statistics.
Okay.
I'll email it to you tomorrow, okay?
Oh, that's wonderful. I had worked with students in school and I had done a lesson with them about online registration. So I was just curious to see if these numbers kind of reflect that or not, just to see how it had come through. Just curious.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem, thank you. That's it. That's it.
Can I make a request?
New business?
She says.
Can I make a request? I have a conflict of interest. And I was asked to see if we could move our meetings to the first Mondays in every month as opposed to the second.
I'm having difficulty
I
hearing.
know, I know.
Marlene has asked that we move all the meetings to the first Monday of the month. So you would have to then make a roll call on the right. Or let me say this,
I'm trying
rather
to
than make a
think, would
decision
that
tonight,
interfere with, is the city? Because they do days off when the city does. And you work in cities usually when, like Monday, what, the holidays. I don't care if we change it, doesn't bother me. But this is not going to interfere with, like you get a day off on a Monday.
Oh, or you could just.
If a holiday falls on the first Monday, it would just be bumped, so you
So
would
that
change the
doesn't
date to something else.
bother anybody of any comment on that? Any new members? Whether it's the first Monday or the second?
have to probably make a motion on.
I know I'm gonna need a motion, but I didn't hear, coalition, this coalition. Any comment on the first Monday or the second Monday meeting? Does anyone agree with that?
Are you okay, Maria, the first Monday of the month instead of the second Monday of the month?
Yes, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Deanna, can you hear us?
Okay,
Yes,
it's
Are
okay.
you okay with that, first Monday instead of the second Monday?
yes, that's okay.
And it's okay with everybody here? Okay, so we need a motion to change the meeting from the second Monday to the first.
I need the motion.
Second? Okay. Oh, I don't think we need a roll call for that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Aye.
motion carried. Okay. Unfinished business.
Before Marilyn, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Before we move on from there, we will just need a resolution with the new dates. Because as you might, the board might recall, we had already approved the 21 meeting dates to reflect the second Monday from January of 21 to December of 21. So we should publish the new meeting dates and enter a board resolution effectuating that with the specific dates.
We'll write something up and make sure the city clerk's office gets it.
Okay, thanks, Dennis.
Okay on that? And as far as the slate of officers, we're gonna hold off for another month. And committee assignments, also another month, that'll be done in another month. Okay.
To do the committee assignments, do you think, would you like resumes or stuff like that, so that if you pick it, then you would see?
And we're having nominations, there could be new president, there could be new everything, so we're gonna hold off for that for about a month or so.
Bob, you see, I like the way you stuff. Do you think, based on that, if you guys are picking these, like from the new people, Loretta, do you think it helps to get a resume and stuff to see people's strengths and weaknesses, or just have them pick?
I think just,
The position description?
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
that's required.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's probably only gonna be 4 or 5 bullets, that's it.
okay, then, any comments from the public?
Wait, Mr. McCarthy, we're gonna say anything about Alpha Dog?
I'm sorry, Dennis, I'm having a little trouble hearing. I
Are
apologize.
you gonna say anything about, it's on the new business, you gonna say anything about Alpha Dog? You wanna not say anything at this point?
And I appreciate that, Dennis. Thank you. My suggestion is that I reach out to the city attorney I have been provided with some email exchanges on Alpha Dog and the cost associated with that. What I would like to do is speak with the city attorney to come to a mutual understanding going forward. And my suggestion is that following that communication, we table Alpha Dog for the next meeting, further discussion for the next meeting.
Did you hear that, Marilyn?
It's more difficult to hear.
The website then for Alpha Dog,
Yeah, but we will,
we're gonna table it to the next meeting.
the table and everything, doesn't matter.
You need a motion on that too?
And there's no one from the public?
Let me unmute people.
No.
No public?
I'm unmuting people, just a second. Any comments from the public?
No?
Now, we're gonna have to change the next meeting into Monday, April 5th.
Yes.
The next meeting will be Monday, April 5th instead of April 12th then.
You'll know that because you'll get your packet on Friday before the meeting, and we'll remind you. Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion.
Need a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
It was so nice seeing you.
So,
You will sit, Marilyn?